everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take me as I am. I didn't have the time to sit down and to prepare videos, so I thought to just make this quick one while I'm also getting on other things. So today we're talking about the movie Broken Hallelujah, and it's on Bimbo Ademoye's TV. If you haven't seen it, it's starring Bimbo herself and what's this guy's name? Daniel Effiong. That's them. That's the guy. So I talked about Tehila the last time, and then I came across Broken Hallelujah. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So this movie, Broken Hallelujah, was just talking about a young. It was more like a young lady, yeah. What's her name? I can't remember her name in the movie, but it was Bimbo. Bimbo was the character, was the one bearing the acting this role. So I'll just use Bimbo for her. I can't remember the character's name. So this young lady lost her parents as a child. I think her dad died before they gave birth to her, and her mom died after giving birth to her. So she was literally brought up by her grandma. So her grandma was a lovely woman. You know all these grandmas in the village that are loved by all, and she also tells stories to children, moonlight stories to children. So in those days where children would gather in the night and sit down, and then somebody is telling them the story. So that was literally what the grandma did in the village. So she was loved by all, and then she was a very good Christian. She also allowed Bimbo to like dedicate herself to God. So Bimbo was also an ardent Christian, and she was literally brought up by the pastors, and her grandma. Her best friend is the pastor's child. So she was a very good girl. She was a very good girl. But then there's this boy. I think this boy that she loved, she was crushing on as a child. She liked the boy, and well, our children she just liked the boy from afar. Not like she had the courage to talk to the boy or anything. But just one boy that growing up she liked the boy. And whenever the boy comes to pick his siblings from her mother's place, her grandmother's place, after the moonlight tales, she was always happy to see him. And I think the boy also is also a good boy with good family upbringing. They were all Christians. I think his parents were, as in the dad was an elder in the church. So fast forward to when they grew up. Bimbo was trained in school by the pastor. Her best friend, who was the pastor's child, got married. Bimbo went for her youth service and came back. And then, when she came back from service, now a grown up lady. Before then, she came for youth service. I think after then, and her grandma passed. So when her grandma died, she was more like alone again in the world, because her grandma was like her only family. So when her grandma died, it was like she didn't have any family again, just herself now and the pastor, the pastor's family, which is like a second family for her. But you know that a second family cannot always replace your direct family. So somehow I think there was an event that made her actually speak to this her childhood crush for the first time. But then they didn't have like the first discussion or meeting, if I would use that, wasn't on such a good thing. It was just I think she came after her service. She didn't have clothes or something, and then the pastor's wife gave her one of her clothes to wear. You can imagine a young lady wearing a mother's clothes, so it didn't fit her, and it was not the kind of mother that is your size, that kind of thing. So the clothes looked big on her. So this her childhood crush, who is now grown, and it happens to be Daniel, uh, kind of mocked her dressing, tried to say she looks awkward with the dress. And then her best friend stood up for her and said, obviously the clothes isn't hers, it was the mom's clothes, so that explains why the clothes is looking big on her. Yes, so that tells you they didn't start off with you, because no girl will like it when a guy kind of mocks her dressing. But when the guy heard, oh, she didn't have a clothes to wear, someone gave it to her, he felt bad for making jest of her. So first, the next day he went to her place to apologize, and then they got talking, and then from there they became friends. And her crush on this guy didn't die, even if he started from when they were small. So she still liked the guy, and from friend they started dating, and they got married. But before they got married, let me tell you a little story about their lives before they got married. This guy, Daniel, he's a tailor, but he dealt mainly with men outfits. So he was sewing in the village, the town. What did they call him? The tax. Well, let's say tax collector in the village wasn't in good terms with him, so they were always at loggerhead. And one day the guy's store, his fashion store, his tailoring shop was burnt. It got burnt at night, and it burnt down. He lost everything. It burnt down. He lost everything, like everything in the shop. He lost it. And this happened when they cut him off electricity, because they had a fight with that tax collector the day before, because he was querying them why would they cut him off electricity, that he had paid for the electricity and he had his receipt to show as proof that he paid. So what on earth would make them disconnect his store? So they had a fight over this, and only for that night for his shop to burn. And then when he got police involved to investigate, police came back and said it was an electrical fault. So like, how come it's an electrical fault when he actually didn't have electricity connected to his store? So they just felt like it was that guy, the tax collector, and his guys that burnt his store. But they didn't have proof, so he didn't pursue the case further. He didn't check the case further. So due to this recent event, he decided to leave town. Even if he has mentioned it once that he would like to move to Lagos, because they were somewhere in the west, but not a developed city, a developed town. But he mentioned that he would like to move to Lagos because he believes that that's where the market is. But this situation, this turn of events, made that decision come into play, made it more necessary, because now he felt like instead of starting afresh in the village, it was best to channel that energy and starting afresh in Lagos. So he decided to move to Lagos, and Bibi wasn't happy about it, because she felt like this boy that I have started loving now, he wants to leave me again. My grandmother has died, my parents died and left me, my grandmother now has died. Now the love of my life is about to leave me again, and I never can tell. Who knows, he might go there and see other fine girls and not come back for me, that kind of feeling. But she didn't let it out. she still supported him to go because it was still for his own good. So she was just like, let him go. If he comes back for me, then it's for me. If he doesn't, then the will of God should just prevail. So she gave this guy her life savings to travel with, and start his life afresh in Lagos. The guy traveled and kept in touch with her, and made it over there in Lagos, and then came back and proposed and got married to Bimbo. Obviously after marriage, now she went to live with him in Lagos. So they had a very beautiful life. Oh my! If you see their love life, you will shout God when. You'll be like, oh my, I go love, oh, I go love, oh, I go love, oh. That's what you'll be shouting. So they had a very beautiful love. They had an agreement not to start having babies in their first year. They wanted to use their first year to love themselves up, and then from the second year, children can start coming. But it didn't work out as planned. Because after the first year, when they started trying, children were not coming. They weren't coming, and for every woman in a marriage, no matter how much you want to be a hard girl, the pressure gets on you worse, even if you don't show it. That's why when people, start making comments by the side, they don't know what the woman is passing through. So this lady was really sad that she couldn't take him when she wanted to take him. She was sad. She kept trusting God. Good thing, her husband was also a very devout Christian, so they prayed together. They held hands together and they prayed for this child. They prayed together. They went to the hospital. They certified medically fit, so they had to just keep praying. Years went by, no child coming, no sign. At some point, the guy's business partner started suggesting to him to have, because that one is a loose fellow. He has how many baby mamas did he have? Up to 4 baby mamas. And then he's not the marriage type. He doesn't feel marriage is for him. And then it's time to get his friend to join his school of thought. But thank God the Daniel guy was a Christian and was like, no, that school is not for him. He has chosen his own school. He's married and it has to be his wife. So people kept praying and trying, but it didn't happen. At some point, her face started fading. And her mother-in-law gave her some concussion to take, which she took and missed her period. And then did a urine dip, and it came out positive. They were happy. But when she went to the hospital to confirm it, before she went to the hospital, she had a dream where her grandma said to her, why didn't you wait for God's time? So she woke up and said to go to the hospital to get a proper scan and check. And it happened that she wasn't pregnant. Yes, she had the symptoms, but she wasn't pregnant. So the doctor said it was because of the concussion she took. That concussion made her body feel, it was like a false alert. Made her body feel like she was pregnant, but she wasn't pregnant. So the husband was disappointed because he asked her not to take the concussion that his mother brought. But she took it because she was desperate for a child. She wanted a child, but by all means, she wanted a child. Because then, at this point, I think they stayed 5 years and then no child. So she really wanted a child at this point. So her face started shaking, She went for a job in a small town, and an old woman gave her a baby gift You know this shawl, yeah, this shawl that they used to carry in babies. That's what the woman gave her. And she told her that she was not need it. Because she was like, she's not pregnant now. What is she doing? Shawl, baby shawl. And the woman said to her that she needs it. And said to her that it's not just when you give birth that makes you a mother. There are other things that make you a mother. Because she looks after her friends' children and hers as well. She helps children in the church. So she took that gift, went back to Lagos, and dashed it to her friend. Her friend asked her to keep it. Because she was not giving out all the baby things she bought in anticipation. She was not giving them out, like trying to push it to her friend. Because her friend, I think her friend was pregnant at the time. So she was trying to push the gifts out to her friend. And her friend was like, you keep some because you're going to have your own child. And the friend also said that same thing the woman said to her. The definition of motherhood is not just about when you carry your own child, when you get pregnant and give birth. So she kept one shawl, and my friend took one and gave her one. So but that woman gave her two. So that was the case. So after some time, she went to that town again where she met the woman, a small village. And she saw the woman again, and the woman gave her another shawl and told her she shouldn't give that this time. Like, how on earth did this woman know that she gave her the first one that she was gifted? So the woman told her she shouldn't give out this gift this time around. So she didn't give it out. But one thing she did was she now decided to cast all her burden to God and stop worrying about getting pregnant and focused on just living her life, because she almost, out of frustration, she almost pushed her husband away. You know, her husband was having that heat of the friend trying to get him hooked up with ladies, even trying to sink in ideas into different ladies' head that the guy likes them, whereas the guy wasn't interested. Then at that point of his life, when his friend was trying to hook him up with ladies, the wife at home, because of frustration of not getting pregnant, was not even pushing him away. So to be fair, he nearly fell. He nearly fell because he went to deliver a clothes. Because when he went to Lagos, I didn't mention, he expanded his business and started making women clothes as well. So he was not making men and women clothes. So he went for fitting in one of his clients' house, who happened to be a female, and one of the ones that his friend already sold the ideas that he likes her into his head. So the girl tried seducing him and kissed him, and he pushed her away and ran away. So ran back home, and somehow the wife knew that something happened, and because she was already frustrated, she just concluded, he's seen another woman. Why won't he see another woman? After all, I don't have a child for him. It's obvious he's going to look for another woman. He even told her to go and be with whoever the woman was. And next thing, she packed her things and moved out of the house, went back to their village. So it was during this period that she was called for another job in that same town, and she met that elderly woman that gave her the first shawl again, and the woman gave her the second set of shawls and asked her not to give it to anybody. This time around, the woman gave her blue ones. The first time she gave her was pink. This time around, the woman gave her 2 blue shawls again. So that means she had 3 shawls now from that woman, because I had given her friend one already. After going back, she made peace with her husband. Guess what? She took him. Now she wasn't thinking of getting pregnant again. She was just, more like when you resigned your faith to God. That was when God came through for her. She took him and gave birth to triplets. 3plets. 2 boys and a girl. That was when it dawned on her, that woman, be like she said she dey see road though. I need to go and find this woman and tell her thank you. Because the woman was really like a pillar. Like the two times she met with the woman encouraged her a lot, and renewed her faith for her, renewed her faith with her words. So she was like, that woman be like she dey see road though. I need to go and thank her. She went back to that town with her husband. The woman does not exist. The woman does not exist. This woman that has been helping her, advising her, giving her gifts, doesn't exist. The woman's house, where the woman always took her to, that's her house, and gave her gifts. There was never a house built on that place. So all those things were just her. She was just the only one seeing the woman and the house, not anyone else. So that was more like her guardian angel who was watching her back and helping her at her low moments. So when we are in troubles, when we are troubled, we are worrying about something, let us always try to cast it at the foot of the Lord. Try to trust God. I know it's not easy. It's not easy, but you just have to try. Try and keep our faith up. Trust God. And believe that He will come true for us. Again, for the women, if you're a waiting mom, please do not push your husbands away. Don't let the frustration make you push your husband away, because even if the man doesn't show it, he's also under pressure. You don't know what he's going through. He may not share them with you because he doesn't want to add to your worries, or because he knows you may misunderstand or react in a certain way. So he might be bottling them up. Do not push them away, because most times you push them away and you push them into the wrong hands. When they tell you to hold their hands and let them walk, please do hold their hands and walk with them. Let them walk with you. Allow them to be involved in that situation, because the both of you are one. Yeah, even if the society makes it look like it's a woman problem, but at the end of the day, it's the both of you that are involved. If that man loves you, yes, obviously he will share your pain. He will understand your worry. You just need to let him do the work with you. Don't push him away. Do not. Most times we push these men away and push them into the wrong hands. So imagine the day he said a lot of things to him and he went out to do that work and eventually slept with that lady. He was actually in his low moment at that time. He wasn't thinking straight at that time, so he was in his low moment, and it would have been easy for that lady to have her way. Because this guy his head was full. He needed someone to calm him down. And then the lady would have just done the job, and he will now find comfort in her arms. That way, you'll be losing your husband. So let's try not to push them away. I know some men don't understand. Some men are not considerate. But the ones that are, do not push them away. Let them hold your hands and walk with you. Thank you very much. I hope this story blesses you. Feel free to watch the movie. It's on Bibo Ademoye TV. Broken Hallelujah. That's the name of the movie. See you next time. Bye.